Hey everybody, Marty with Angler One, quick graphics, and a bunch of other things I like to get my hands in on because I'm doing too much stuff. Let me roll up the windows, maybe that's bothering you. We're on our way to Boscobel, or Boscobel, or Boscobel, if you want to do it French style. My girlfriend Tammy and I are on our way there. We're going to hang out at a few local businesses. We heard that there's some little event going on today. Hopefully we'll get some fishing in, and we're going to get to enjoy our time. We are about 4 minutes away, so hopefully, oh well, see, I see it now. The sign says B-O-S-C-O-B-E-L. Boscobel. No. All right, well, Tammy, are you going to hit me this time when I do my recording, or are you going to sit there just quietly?
Quiet.
She smacked me last time. All right. Hopefully we'll talk to you all again here real soon. Take care. Hey everyone, Martin here, and I'm going to tell you about Boscobel, Wisconsin. If you look straight ahead on the left-hand side, you see a white SUV. Right after that on the left is the Unique Cafe, an amazing place. The owner's name is Doyle. He's excited to meet you. Get in there and check it out. The prices are amazing. The food you get is amazing. And the scenery you have throughout the entire store, you'll see here in a few seconds in the clips to follow. It was pretty phenomenal. The town is clean, it's kept, it's nice. We were blown away at how well it was taken care of for such a small town. And it says a lot for the community. And that meant a lot to us to just go there to visit. On the left, there's a couple of bars. We did stop in at Double K, an amazingly huge bar. We walked in, we were blown away by the size. We had some Bloody Marys, very good. On the left again, right after around this corner, you see that red roof. That is the depot for the train station, where they give you little information about the history of the town and the trains. On the right, canoes. They help you along the Wisconsin River with pickup and drop off. Highly recommended. On the left, a bait and tackle store. Again, it's all right here. Boscobel, Wisconsin. Love it. And I have to admit, really cool the second you come in. Tons of old, antique, unique signs. Ma'am, how do you say Boscobel or Boscobel?
Boscobel?
Boscobel, there we go. Boscobel. Okay, so that way I'm not saying it silly, but Unique Cafe has got a lot going on here with amazingly... You really have to pay attention in this place because there is every nook and cranny has got something retro and well taken care of from every nook and cranny. And this is the owner. His name is Doyle. And I'm going to say he's definitely a doppelganger.
League back in the early 70s, and then they converted the old railroad depot into the museum that you're going to see today. Okay. So the railroad came through Boscobel. Boscobel first became a community, and the depot became open for transportation in 1857. Okay. There are things still in the depot today that are reflective of that time frame. One would be the furnace over here, as well as one of the grates is original to the depot. So when people come would get their tickets, they would visit this area. Obviously this is a new construction. This building now does house our Chamber of Commerce as well. So we have lots of different activities in this part of the building and all the new amenities, restrooms and things like that. You will enter into the original railroad depot further along in your tour.
Okay.
So you'll see how that area, you can very much tell that it's original to that time frame. Our museum is really devoted to early Boscobel history, early American history, dating early 1900s. So many of the booths and themes that you see throughout the museum are dated around that time frame. Okay.
Very cool.
Today is a little special, of course, because we're having an event here. So you're going to see lots of special exhibits. You will first experience that, the last room here on the left. And then going in, we have some newer exhibits in there as well that aren't here normally. And then we have a scavenger hunt this year. You're welcome to look around for our favorite 3 Toy Story characters. So Woody, Buzz, and Jessie are hidden in the museum. If you happen to come across them, let us know.
All right.
Okay.
Will do. Will do.
Okay. Enjoy your time.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
What was your name?
My name is Angie.
Angie, nice to meet you. Thank you so much for your high spirit and your wonderful attitude. Yeah.
Well, great.
Thanks much.
Thank you.
Take care. Oh, okay, this is neat. You can already smell the barn wood. That's some original roofing.
Hi.
What's that?
Oh, here.
Yeah, there's some antiques here. Wow. Look at the old... It's kind of neat. What's that? Boscobel State Bank, yeah. Oh yeah, has it come open?
We haven't been able to get it open, so everyone can try. Try that one.
Yeah, we have no idea what's in it, if anything.
So, okay, if I get it open, do I get half? All right, sounds great. I'm on it. It's probably empty. It's already been stolen from 10 times and by pros. Wow.
You're standing on the grain scale right now.
Oh, sure enough.
Yeah.
Look at that. There's a big square spot in there, and that's where they measure the grain. And right there's the weights.
Yeah.
Very cool. Thank you. That's neat.
And it's original. Something that survived. The building was in pretty tough shape when
Right.
they started restoring it. Of course, most of it is literally rebuilt, but
Yeah, but it's cool that it's been rebuilt and restored. A 40-pound chunk of lead ore found in general area. Wow. And my father was a railroad engineer, and he more than likely ran this railroad at some point. So that's kind of neat too.
Uncle Sam's dollar.
Very cool. Boscobel Dial and Farm Shopper Printing and Publishing. Hey everyone. I would highly recommend if you get a chance. For me, it's more personal to come here because my father was a railroad engineer and he ran them for a lot of years, a long, long time. And to see and to know that he was doing that since he was a young kid, just fresh out of the military and running trains all over the U.S. A lot of it was done in Wisconsin, but and that's where we're at now. It's kind of neat to see some of the stuff that he was probably a part of. And yeah, believe it or not, it does give me a little bit of a chill to see some of this. Knowing that he was hauling grain and all that stuff back in the early days. We are just out on the Wisconsin River from Boscobel, Wisconsin. I'm going to say it both ways all the time, just in case. And we're doing a little float upstream, if you will, floating upstream. And just going upriver so we can come back to our boat landing. But we're going to sit on the beach here for a little bit and enjoy maybe a few margaritas or sodas, depending on who you are and what your preference is. But yeah, just going to come up here and relax and enjoy the scenery and serenity. I don't think there's much wrong with this. All right, we're taking a few moments to stop at a sandbar. We're right here and we're just chilling. And as you can see, the view is just so terrible. Terribly awesome. Whoa. There's a few bugs, but there's just enough breeze where it keeps them at bay a little bit, so it's workable. But we're enjoying it. We're having a little drink, and she's relaxing. I'm taking a few casts. Okay, I just wanted to bring a little highlight here. We're just a touch west of Boscobel, Wisconsin, and going up into, I think it's the Green River. And I gotta say, this is doggone beautiful. As you can see, it's crazy. It must be a spring-fed river, I am guessing, because when I came up into here, the water temperature dropped and the air temperature just felt 10 degrees cooler. Yes, it is shaded, but the water temperature definitely dropped. So, yeah, need I see more though? Look at this. What a pretty area. Gosh darn it. Other than a few bugs, downright gorgeous. And supposedly, if a person has the time or they want to make the effort, this stream is loaded with trout. So, I'm not doing that right now, but we may do a little bridge fishing in a way, traveling back to town. And if we do, maybe we'll come up to this spot in the road or in the river and where the bridge crosses and toss out a few panther martins. Wow, pretty. All right, I'm taking a few seconds. We just had a pile load of rain last night. I should have gotten down here and fished before that. This is normally a little babbling brook filled with trout. And as you can see, today it's chocolate, syrupy, and we're still gonna give it a shot because I'm using a little panther martin and I'm hoping that little bit of flicker in that water is gonna get these trout to be able to see it and hopefully take some liking to my bait. But it's trout. I've learned in my life that it's usually a little harder because when the water's high, they're not as keen on eating. For one, usually because there's food in the water and it washed all the bugs down. Two is that when it's this muddy and dirty, I've never done well. But you gotta cast. You just never know. It might be that one lunker that was hungry for a few days and he's like, hey, there's something. I'll eat it. I'll throw it in my pie hole. And it happened to be your panther martin. But when the water's definitely mudded and stained like this is the only time I wouldn't use a crawler. I wouldn't use anything like that because, yeah, just this has got a little flash and hopefully that's something that'll help the fish see it and come up and nail it. Hopefully. I'm wondering if we have to travel way upriver to get our hands on a slightly cleaner water. But doggone it, this stinks. Wish it could have been better for you. Stopped at a creek yesterday and I caught, well, I didn't catch. I saw them strike when the water was completely clear and they were both like, I'd be willing to bet 13, maybe 14-inch trout. They came right out from a little bit of grass overhang. They smacked my bait, and trout are predatory, so it's kind of funny is they'll hang out in a little spot. They'll come out, smack something as hard as they can, and then go back in and hide again. So it almost works out, but not quite, because they missed it both times. 2 different trout, 2 different spots. Here's the creek. I'm going to give you a little learning lesson. If you're out hiking out here in the beautiful Boscobel area, Boscobel, however, this plant right here, that's actually a wood nettle. So you start brushing up against this, it'll actually start to itch. Now, I don't know if you can see it. The GoPro will get right in there. There is little tiny hairs and follicles on there. They actually get into your pores and they make you itch like crazy. If that happens, the best remedy, it will go away shortly, but it is quite irritating for a bit. The best remedy is to grab the hottest water you can, get somewhere, ask for coffee water, whatever, washcloth, paper towel, whatever, and rub it on the infected area. It will, hot water, steam, whatever, makes the burning go away almost instantaneous. You have to do a little bit of heat, but it's worth it to get rid of the itch. On a side note, this plant is also extremely edible. So if you want to eat, you're starving, and you want something that's slightly sweet and spinachy with all the nutrients of spinach, but even better, wood nettle and burning nettle are very edible, but they have to be boiled or steamed for a few minutes to render all those little needles harmless. So, little food for thought if you want to. God, some of the trees in this area are absolutely massive. You can see it's just crazy. This is a path that's been taken care of now. We just had a windstorm and rain, but it goes from the south end of Boscobel all the way up to here, and it's a pretty little stretch, but again, we just had some pretty hardcore weather and rain, and that's what we have. Hey everyone, sorry I couldn't produce trout. Normally I do pretty well, but the rains and the weather pushed against me. The Wisconsin River System offers walleye, pike, catfish, you name it, it's in there. And they've got a ton of little businesses along the way to give you canoes, kayaks, pick up and drop off. So it's a ton of fun down there. If you don't enjoy the town life, get out and explore the wildlife. No matter what, it's fun. Enjoy it. Boscobel, Wisconsin.